conquer the overworld and be the evil mastermind.
Kill them all.
We have the very strong thing is the campaign, so you probably want to play the campaign. You can also play sandbox.
In one sentence, smash everything else, make sure you're not getting smashed.
I think it depends on the level, but one of the main things you should use are traps and keeping the economy of the dungeon running. And then you can hire creatures and evilificate the whole overworld.
Well, as usual, heroes stand in your way, especially these ones who won't stay dead and just come back again and again.
Well, the main obstacle are of course the heroes and dwarves and the main antagonist that is you're fighting in the game.
The main obstacles is that we work with two different kind of gameplays. We've got the real-time strategy gameplay on the overworld, where you have to evilificate everything, you have to conquer the heroes' camps, certain quest objectives. While in the underground you have more of a management gameplay. You have to make sure that you've got a strong dungeon, you've got an economy growing in the underground, you can meet your creature's needs, you can build stuff, you can get stronger, and if you manage to toggle these two, you're probably going to win.
Of course the heroes, we have several of them, and then the dwarves and some creatures in the underground, spiders and some others too.
Well, Thalia, there's a new perk system for Thalia. You can, there are certain challenges in the different levels, and if you succeed in completing such a challenge, you're getting a new perk for Thalia. You can equip 3 of them, and they give you different bonuses. Like, for example, demons, they now need evilness to revive, but you can change that with a perk that they need mana instead, or they give you certain passive bonuses, like the horde creatures have more health or do more damage. They try to change the game so you can it's more fitting to your playstyle.
The idea behind it was that you get something that you keep over the different scenarios. So you unlock these perks and then you have them in the next game. We had a static system in Dungeons 3 where you just unlock more skills for Thalia while you play the campaign. And now we just wanted to have you choose some alternatives. You can use this perk or that perk instead.
They can grow in power too. It depends on the researches the player does in each level. And so you can try different playstyles with different factions, or all mix them together.
As in Dungeons 3, they can level up. They gain experience with fighting and defeating heroes, and they level up. And in Dungeons 3, the max level was level 10 for your creatures, and in Dungeons 4, there's a certain room that you can build, and you can get in theory to infinity.
So the dwarves will change the gameplay for Dungeons 4, because now they will also be able to be in the dungeon, not just by going through a dungeon entrance, but also setting up the camp there, mining, maybe digging towards the dungeon heart of the player. So this is a new threat in the underground, because you cannot just monitor where the enemies are in the overworld. You have to be aware that maybe they're just right next to you and just breaking through the walls into your rooms.
I think the dwarves will change a lot, because in the dungeon there's more up and you have to battle them underground, and they even have their own entrances, and if you defeat them you can use their entrances and reach new places.
It changes the game quite a lot, I think, because they are digging their own ways through a dungeon. They're building their own rooms. You can't simply drop your creatures there, but you have to fight your way through the dwarven dungeon, and they have their own goals. They try to steal your gold. They are not only attacking your dungeon heart, but rather are grabbing your resources.
This time we added, instead of the evil hubs we had in Dungeons 3, we added different bosses to the overworld, and it was a lot of fun designing these good creatures, which are a lot more bigger and menacing than the usual enemies you encounter on the overworld. And yeah, my favorite is the house, the drunken house.
There are several rooms which came along with Dungeons 3, which I really like the relaxing chamber and the arcanium, but there are also several new ones which really add something to the whole Dungeons gameplay. For example, there's the Voodoo Brew, where you can brew potions, which you can use for strengthening creatures, boost the economy in the dungeon, fight against your enemies. There are lots of different potions you can brew there, and they really add some spice to the entire gameplay.
Dungeons 4.